Welcome, my name is Linda Pedley. Today's practice is a classic Moon Salutation that was developed at the Kripalu School of Yoga. For this practice, I recommend you position yourself on the long edge of your mat. It's easier to flow through the Moon Salutation on the long edge of your mat. So we'll begin just to warm up the body before we move into the flow, and then we'll take it in stages and add on until we complete the entire Moon Salutation, this beautiful flow that is wonderful to do anytime, and it's particularly fun on a full moon day or night. So coming into a seated position with the left foot against your right thigh, and we'll just begin to warm up in the ribs and along the side of the body, reaching those right fingertips to the opposite corner of the mat, and coming back, reaching as you start to open up in the ribs, coming back. This time let's come up onto the knees. Inhaling as you stretch those right fingers to the opposite corner of your mat. And this time we'll pause, just giving you a chance to explore any micro movements you'd like to make, maybe rotating the head, maybe rotating the wrist. And coming back and taking that to the opposite side. So the right foot is against the left thigh and reaching the left fingertips to the opposite corner of the mat. And coming back to center. Reaching for the opposite corner of the mat. And coming back. And one final time here. And this time coming up high on the knees, reaching the left fingertips to the corner. Really opening up in the left side of the body. Inhaling into that stretch. And exhale and release. And one final time, this time pausing and exploring any micro movements you'd like to make. Maybe rotating the head, rotating the wrist. And coming right onto your back, bringing the knees into your chest. And crossing the right ankle over the left knee, sliding the right hand between your legs. The left arm comes around the outside of the left leg. And then you're either clasping around the outside of the knee or behind the knee. And drawing that left knee in towards your chest. So we're beginning to open up in the outside of the hips. So taking 2 cycles of breath here. And one more cycle of breath as you use the exhale to draw the left knee in a little more closely. And Shanti's joined us for yoga. Hello, Shanti. And then taking that to the opposite side, giving both knees a little squeeze. And crossing the left ankle over the right knee, left hand comes between the legs, right arm comes around the outside, and you're drawing that right knee in towards your chest. Again, we'll pause here for 2 breaths, using the exhale to draw the right knee in towards your chest a little more deeply. And releasing both knees, squeezing both knees into your chest. And rocking a little from side to side. Rocking right on over onto your right side. And pausing and using your hands to push you right up into a comfortable seated position. Hello. Giving the cat a kiss. And walking the hands forward, coming into a forward fold here. So hands land wherever they land. We're beginning to open up in the outside of the hips. And keep the back a little flat. Or let a curve come into your spine. And then walking the hands over toward the right knee. And just noticing the difference, noticing where the sensation is shifting. Taking that on over to the opposite side. Giving the cat a kiss on the way. And again, noticing where the sensation is shifting. And coming back to center, rolling your way into a seated position, coming right on over into table position on hands and knees. And then bringing that right foot forward between your hands, coming into a low lunge. So in this variation of low lunge, bringing the arms into cactus arms or goddess arms, which we'll practice in our Moon Salutation. So adding on a little back bend if you like. And then And taking that to the opposite side, so bringing the knees together and bringing the left foot forward between your hands. Coming into goddess arms. And again, adding on a back bend if you like. And taking one more breath wherever you're at. And framing that foot with both hands as you curl the back toes under, stepping into a forward fold. So in your forward fold, the hands can be resting on your shins or your feet or the floor, or even holding on to opposite elbows, letting the neck and head relax between your arms. And then as you feel ready, slowly pressing the floor away with your feet as you roll your way to standing. Head comes up last. And then stepping to the center of your mat on the long edge of your mat. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, feel free to close your eyes, taking your attention inward and really feeling your feet on the floor. So not thinking about feeling your feet on the floor, but feeling the soles of your feet in contact with the earth. So drawing that strong earth energy up into your legs. Your legs are strong and supporting you. And opening up in the front of the body as you gently slide the tailbone down. Strong back, open heart. And on an inhale, raising the arms overhead, reaching the fingertips for the ceiling on the inhale. And arcing over to the right, taking your gaze through the left armpit. And coming back to center, arcing over to the left. Coming back to center and stepping wide right into your goddess pose. So bending the elbows, bending the knees, coming into goddess. And even here in goddess, recreating those elements of your standing mountain. Gently sliding the tailbone down, connecting with the back body as you open up in the front of the body. And accessing the goddess in you to sustain you here for 2 more cycles of breath. And on an inhale, straightening the legs, straightening the arms, coming into 5-pointed star. So a big breath in, and exhaling into goddess. Inhaling into 5-pointed star, and exhaling into goddess. And one final time, inhaling into 5-pointed star, and exhaling into goddess. And we'll pause here just for one breath. Back into 5-pointed star, stepping the feet together, reaching the fingertips for the ceiling, arcing over to the right. And arcing over to the left. Allowing the arms to float back down alongside your body. And taking a moment begin to feel the effects of your moon salutation. So that's the beginning of the flow. We'll continue and add on as we go. Inhaling the arms overhead, arcing over to the left, right, and coming through center, arcing over to the left, and coming back to center, stepping wide right into goddess. We'll pause here for 2 breaths. Just recreating your mountain here, accessing that internal energy that supports you. And inhaling into 5-pointed star. So really feeling the energy in the 5 points of your star, the energy coming up through your feet, into your legs. Your legs are strong and supporting you. Out through the fingertips and right up the central channel of your body into the crown. And spinning the right heel back, left toes pointing to the short edge of your mat. And reaching the left fingertips forward when you've come to your edge, rotating the torso, coming into triangle, so the left hand rests on your shin or a block or the floor, and the right fingertips reach for the ceiling. We'll pause here for 2 cycles of breath. And then as all those fingertips are attached to the ceiling with the thread, drawing you right back up. Reaching into your triangle. And from here, planting both hands onto either side of that front foot, stepping into pyramid. So in pyramid, both sets of toes are pointing to the short edge of your mat. The back can be a little flat, and feel free to use blocks under the hands. And then lowering the right knee down, coming into a low lunge here, and to your goddess arms. And taking one more breath wherever you're at. And pivoting on the left toes as you straighten out the right leg, coming into a half squat on this side. Hands come together in front of the heart. And planting both hands onto the mat, stepping right into your squat position. So bringing the hands together in front of your heart, pressing the elbows into the knees, and coming into your full squat. So you're welcome to support the buttocks with a block if squat is hard on the knees or hard on the hips. And this is the midpoint of our Moon Salutation. So from here, we'll repeat those poses in reverse order to return to where we began. So taking one more breath here. And then coming into your half squat on the opposite side, stretching the left leg straight out. Hands come together in front of your heart. And pivoting around, coming into your low lunge with the right foot forward. Hands in goddess. Framing the front foot with both hands as you curl back toes under, straightening both legs so both sets of toes are pointing to the short edge of your mat. Coming into pyramid pose here. And preparing for triangle, so angling the left toes out. Right hand comes to the right shin or the foot or the block. And rotating the torso so the left shoulder's pointing to the ceiling and the fingertips reach right out of your shoulder. Taking the gaze toward the ceiling if you can. And inhaling your way right up into 5-pointed star. Exhaling into goddess. And stepping the feet together, fingertips reach for the ceiling on your inhale. Arcing over to the right. And coming through center, arcing over to the left. Coming back to center, allowing the arms to float back down alongside your body. And once again, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, you're welcome to do that. Taking your attention inward and taking a few moments to begin to receive the effects of Moon Salutation. So we'll take that one more time, and this time we'll rotate in the opposite direction. So creating your standing mountain. And inhaling the arms overhead, reaching your fingertips for the ceiling. Arcing over to the left. And coming through center, arcing over to the right. Coming back to center, stepping wide right into your goddess. And we'll pause here for 2 breaths. Inhaling into 5-pointed star, connecting with the 5 points of your star, the energy channeling through the body, The energy of your breath supporting you. And then sliding the left heel back, right toes point to the short edge of your mat. Reaching the right fingertips forward when you've reached your edge, rotating into triangle. So the right hand rests on the right shin or a block or the floor. Left fingertips reach for the ceiling as you take your gaze to those left fingertips. And releasing the hands, framing the front foot with both hands, both sets of toes pointing to the front edge of your mat, the short edge, coming into pyramid. So here the back can be flat. We're allowing a curve to come into the spine. Releasing the left knee down onto the mat, coming into your low lunge. Cactus arms, a little bit of a back bend if you like. And pivoting on the right toes as you straighten the left leg, coming into a half squat on this side. Hands come together in front of your heart. And stepping into your full squat. Hands come together in front of your heart, pressing the knees and the elbows against each other to keep the posture tall and beautiful. Pause here for 2 breaths. And straightening out the right leg, coming into your half squat on this side. Pivoting around into your low lunge, right knee down, coming into goddess arms. And framing the foot with both hands as you curl the back toes under, stepping into pyramid pose. Both sets of toes are pointing to the short edge of your mat. Preparing for triangle, so angling the right toes out. Left hand comes to the left shin, the foot or the floor. Right shoulder reaches toward the ceiling and the fingertips reach right out of your shoulder socket. And inhaling your way right into 5-pointed star. And exhaling into goddess. And bringing the feet together, fingertips reach for the ceiling, arcing over to the left. And arcing over to the right. Coming back to center, allowing the arms to release alongside your body. And taking a few moments to really feel the effect of Moon Salutation. The flow of energy through your body. Flow of your breath, and taking that energy and power into the flow of your life.